What's good, everybody out there? It is a Labor Day Monday. Welcome into the RightWager.com Major League Baseball show for a Monday Labor Day edition. I'm excited for today. I am. You got some interesting things on the Major League Baseball card. Not as clear cut on exactly the ways that you want to play this out, but nevertheless, we'll be able to find some action on here as I send out a couple retweets here and get after it. September, football season. I understand. We get it. It's football season. But also understand this as well. Let's pop this up here. Let's get a little, there we go, boom. Freshen it up right there. What else do we got here? Can we flip that to the other side maybe? Let's see. Boop, boop, goes over that way. Lightens it up, boop, boop. Oh, let's bring the logo back the other way. Can we do that? Who cares? We'll leave it on that side. It is what it is. It's time to get busy. It's time to get loose. It's time to get some money. And it's time to have some fun. I mean, it's not what it's about. Love the fact coming here on Labor Day. Let's get busy. Yeah, I got to get that logo out of there. Stop it, man. Let me take that out. Let me see if I can move it to the other side, though. How do I move this to the other side? Oh, there we go. Boop. Now everybody can see it. Aaron Showens here, Mixters here. Love it. Beautiful Pensacola Beach, Florida. And I will be moving to Florida when I do retire sometime. September, it's my birthday month. I'll be 48 this month, man. 48 years old. Good grief. Good grief, DRS. 48 spot is what it is. But today we got Major League Baseball to talk about. And also, we've been following the money move wagers last week. We had Wednesday, Thursday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And for the week, it was a plus $159. A 208 win, a minus $78 win, a plus 164, and a minus 135. So I think that is, right? Let me just do the math again on this. Let's go 208 minus 78. Brings you down to 130. Plus 164 equals minus 135. $159 last week on money moves. $159. Cash money there. Now, yesterday, on my premium selections. What's up, Josh? Now, how you doing out there? Tom, what's good out there, brother? How you doing? Long time lurker. Good you could catch in there. Good we can say hello. Have some fun. Yesterday was 2-2 on my premium action. I killed it on our baseball show on Sports Grid. Pro Baseball Today, our last show of the year, Sunday, because obviously Sundays moving forward are for football, and rightfully so. Dogs were hitting, home run props were hitting, pitchers props were hitting. I had one of those games I had yesterday. I had an alt total of 7.5 between Boston and Pittsburgh. They scored 7 total runs in that game. So you say, it's okay. I even lost another game that was a 7.5 total. They only got 6 runs, the Seattle game. Couldn't get the clutch hits, but I'll live with that because Cleveland didn't show up. Outside of 2 runs, like the 4th inning, they had 1 runner in scoring position. I don't get mad at that. So, if that's a 50-50 game I lost, it's no big deal. The 99% 1% games, which means 99% you have it 1 and 1% chance to lose. The 1% comes in. That game went 2 for 16 combined with runners in scoring position and 16 players left on base. They still scored 7 times. So you do the math on that. 16 runners, if you can squeeze one of those through. Multiple times with bases loaded. 1 base hit up the middle, that's 2 runs scored. Double in the gap, that's 3 runs scored. A home run, it's 4 runs scored. Never got it yesterday. Absolutely deserved 3-1, got 2-2. It is what it is. So we move on to today. And games that are going to start up here. We do the show at 12 o'clock. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 games in the 1 o'clock hour, Eastern. 1, 2, 3 games in the 2 o'clock hour. 1, 2, 3 games in the 4 o'clock hour. A game in the 6 o'clock hour, 7 o'clock hour, and 8 o'clock hour. So there we go. A lot of stuff to get to. Pitching card today is very interesting. We've had a pretty good run over the past 5 to 6 days when you're looking at pitching options. Easy to pick out the targets that you want. Today, it's a little bit different. I have 2 spots or 2 pitchers that I really want to fade today. And I'm going to see if it makes some sense. Because I got those preliminary numbers that I look at early in the morning before you even go on the show. And it's nice today. I got to sleep in. Slept until 7:30 today, man. Haven't seen that in at least a month and a half. Usually waking up so early for the early line each and every day. And, college football days, waking up at 4:45, driving to the studio and have some fun with that. All right, here we go. Stream growth's in here. Let's see. Let me go to, let's go to chat. Where's that? So we'll go chat, and we'll leave this up. And this guy right here, let's block him. Boom, stream growth gone. See ya. I always love that, too. Whatever comes through on kick, we just keep on kicking them right on out of here, man. Keep kicking them right on out. See ya. We got to see the real people coming in this chat box. The real people posting on the chat and get after it. All right, first game of the day, before we get there, will be Miami and Washington. It's 105 start. That's the first one, followed by a 110 start for New York and Detroit. By the way, Mets and Tigers, really good series. Philadelphia Phillies taking on the Milwaukee Brewers, really good series. You got some good things jumping off this week. But if we do start with the pitchers, analytically, Sean Manaea is a love child for analytics people. ERA-wise, he stinks. He's got a good amount of Ks there. Sierra's really low. Does he get blown up today? We'll find out. Sonny Gray, same thing. Sonny Gray's number 2 on. Look, put it this way. The top 3 pitchers on my card today for analytics. You ready for this? All right, here we go. Let's get another guy in here. Let's kick another guy out of here. What do we got? I'll win. Is he coming up here? There he is. Okay, so we'll go block. I love it. Kicking these kick streamers out of here left and right. Manaea, Gray, and Boz. Last 45 days, guys. Ready for this? ERAs. 5.21, 5.89, 8.47. Modern says on the Mets side today. Top 3 pitchers analytically today, horrendous ERAs. Horrendous. If we do scroll down, Nelson Cease. So the top 5 analytically, which means XFIP numbers, Sierra numbers, and the like, Manaea, Gray, Boz, and Nelson. Dylan Cease is 5th. Also, Cease has a 4.66 ERA. So it's almost like ERA doesn't matter to analytics. Eventually it'll catch up to you. Charlie Morton, 5.36 ERA. You say Kikuchi, 5.27. That's where I'm going to get in trouble today. I'm going to tell you that right now. That's where you can get yourself into some trouble. Anybody been watching what's been going on here with the Houston Astros? I got caught up 2 days in a row where they had 1,000 base runners a game and couldn't score any runs. Yesterday, they get shut out. Soriano's a decent pitcher, by the way. Was it Soriano that shut him out? Who shut him out yesterday? Hold on, let me just see here. Go back to yesterday's card. L-A-A. Yeah, Soriano. I was right. Got a little confused because that Monday wraparound game where it's like a longer series. But they stink out loud. Let me just look at this game real quick. Because Yusei Kikuchi is a terrible pitcher. Terrible. 5.27 ERA, ERA minus high, FIP minus high, XFIP minus high, XFIP high. Sierra borderline going really, really bad. Yeah, they are Labor Day spamming us in here, Aaron. It is tough. Josh Nair says can't trust the Mets. We'll get there. But I'm telling you right now, look at Kikuchi's numbers. He's a lefty. He stinks against right-handed batters. Only righty you're probably going to have, only lefty, I should say, you'll probably have in the lineup today is Yordan Alvarez. Everybody else will be righties. But they all stink, man. That team stinks. Like even the advanced numbers, like hard hit contact rate, it's really good. Barrel rate's unbelievable for Houston. You actually should be on Houston today as a team total. What is their team total? And do I want to do it to myself again? This team is a mess. But the statistics are telling me to don't trust your gut. Trust the analytics. Home team total runs today on Caesars. 3.5, 182. 4.5 plus 100. What do we have on FanDuel here? Let's go over to FanDuel real quick. Just give a quick comparison. By the way, Bet365 used to always be my book of choice. Team totals, they're not competitive. Caesars and FanDuel are better now at that point. It's kind of upsetting here. It is. Let's see what we got. So we'll scroll down to, I think it's in 2 o'clock time frame, 2:11 start. I just wanted to pick this game out because it's going to drive me crazy this afternoon. It is. All right, Houston total runs, 4.5 minus 102. The alt at 3.5 is minus 196. So you're getting a much better price at Caesars. They are so hard to trust, man. Like that offense just disappears. It disappears. It is like an unsolved mystery. It just disappears. Yesterday, they were brutal against the Angels. Sooner than later, things have to turn around. Like, remember getting stumped? I got stumped on Saturday, 4 runs for Tampa Bay. Didn't even have a base runner in the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th against Washington, that bullpen. Remember that, how upset I was? And, of course, they smashed, I think, a grand slam in inning number 2 and cashed their team total fairly quickly. That's the way it is. But Houston, I was waiting yesterday. Like, I just wanted to, bait myself. Like, you know what? Watch this. Houston's going to score 5 runs in the first 5 innings, and it's going to piss me off. They didn't even score. And I love the fact that they didn't score. Fantastic. So they didn't lose any money on those bums. But I'm telling Let me go look at Kikuchi, some of his numbers here, right? Because the analytics are matching up fine. If we take a look at his game logs, we're talking about Yusei Kikuchi. Let me just line it up here. So last start out was 4 innings pitched. Let me get the earned runs here, just to give the total narrative. Let me slide down and move a couple columns over. And we'll take a look at strikeouts, too, for him as well. Now, granted, these are just eye-level numbers. Like, I trust the analytics a lot more. But look at the last 4 starts for Yusei Kikuchi. And by the way, okay, good. Even more of a track record here. This game for the LA Angels is on the road in Houston. It should be a great hitter's ballpark, but Houston can't hit, so some things don't make sense at that point, right? But understand this. Last 4 starts. At Detroit, 4 earned runs, 5 innings pitched. At the Athletics, 4 innings pitched, 4 earned runs. Home against the Reds, 7 innings pitched, 1 earned. Away at Texas, which was a dome, 4 innings pitched, 6 earned runs. So see where we're going at this point right now? These games that are on the road for Yusei Kikuchi, at least over the past month, he's had trouble. If I look at the lineup today for the Houston Astros, and if you just want to go common knowledge, what happened? Here's what's hard to get over, and it really is. Why do most Major League Baseball teams don't score runs? It's not that they don't have guys that can't get base hits. It's the power surge is gone. It's very hard in Major League Baseball to get a leadoff walk, single a guy to third base, and then get a casual fly ball to the outfield to score. It's almost impossible. Like 3 positive things in an inning are usually tough in baseball. It's just the way the sport is. But you know what else usually happens with teams that do score runs? They get a leadoff walk, and then somebody hits one 420 feet into the seats. 2-0, it's that quick. You can't just have a team going station to station in Major League Baseball 90% of the time. It's not going to work. And that's what the, Astros, for all intents and purposes, are. Look at the last 30 days for the Astros, going up against left-handed pitching, because here's where this internal struggle comes in, right? Let's talk about it. Jeremy Pena, 32 at-bats against lefties over the past month. 133 ISO, weighted on base percentage, 288. Horrendous. Yordan Alvarez, left-handed batter, 5 at-bats against lefties over the past month. And by the way, when I say past month, he's only been back a couple games. 0 ISO, weighted on base percentage, 276. Jose Altuve, very good numbers. Carlos Correa, low power, average weighted on base percentage. Christian Walker is the only guy that you look at with Jose Altuve in this lineup and say, based on the numbers that we saw over the past month, he makes sense. A 444 ISO and a 459 weighted on base percentage. Yainer Diaz, horrible. Ramon Urias, horrible. Cam Smith, horrible. Mauricio Dubon, horrible. That's what we've had in the past. Now, are there different correlations that you like to take a look at of why things make sense? Yes. Boy, am I going to talk myself. There we go. Look at that. We got another kickster in here. Watch this. Boop. Send them right to the ban list. Can I remove them off? I can only remove them off this side. I don't think I can take them off the overlay, though, as they start to go down. But do you see where we're going here? Old school metrics. You shouldn't go near the Houston Astros because even though Kikuchi's a bad pitcher, particularly on the road, they can't get the job done. But now take a look at these statistics here. You are getting a little bit, let's just say, unlucky if you're backing Houston. And trust me, I know all about that. Like leaving 20, 2 for 20 with runners in scoring position over 2 nights. I know all about that. But when you handicap, I don't want to hear about, CLV. I don't want to hear about CLV. When you watch a football game, when you watch a baseball game, when you watch an NHL game, and they pepper the goaltender, they have tons of power play opportunities, the goalie standing on his head. You say, you know what? You live with that. In Major League Baseball, you have a game yesterday like I lost in Boston. You had 2 for 16 with runners in scoring position and 16 left on base with 7 runs. That was a really good handicap. It didn't work out. 99% of the times, it will. But it's the same thing with the Houston Astros. You look at the way they've been doing power-wise, it's really bad. Weighted on base percentage, it's really bad. Donnie, you can't go near them. But hear me out on this. There's not a lot of at-bats over the past month for the Houston Astros against left-handed pitching, but that's where you want to go. Pena, 32 at-bats. Alvarez, only 5. Altuve's got 30. Correa's got 30. So there's decent numbers in here. You look at the hard contact rate for this lineup against lefties. It's really good. Pena, Alvarez, Altuve, Chourio, Walker, Urias, Smith, all high hard hit contact rate against lefties. Barrel rates, Pena, Alvarez, Altuve, Correa, Walker, Urias, all of them are elevated. See where we're going like this? Josh Nara says, I don't love either pitcher coming into today's Houston game, so I'm leaning towards the over. You know what I mean? I would agree. By the way, Ward went down yesterday, too. That's going to hurt that lineup today. But Luis Garcia. What did Luis... You know what? I'm glad you brought that up, Josh. Let me just take a look at something real quick. Let me go down and see what our guy Garcia has been doing. Because we don't have... If I just go to his game log today, last time he pitched in the majors, May of 2023. So over 2 years, like 2 years and 3 months, 4 months. What's he doing in the minors? He actually has good stats in the minors. Most of them triple. He has what? 1, 2, 3. That's a double A start. Let me see the triple A starts. 2 2/3, 3 earned, terrible. 4 innings pitched, no earned runs, good. 4 2/3, 1 earned run, that's good. His last one was 6 innings pitched and 1 earned run, which is good. Yeah, it's hard for me. I agree with you there. In a normal state of mind, sit down, you have to take this game, it's going to be an over. It probably would be. But again, Ward probably not going to play in the game, smashed his face into a scoreboard. I'm telling you right now, it's going to get on my nerves. So the official lineup, is that out for the Houston? Yes, it is out for Houston. You see that? That train of thought. I need some thinking music real quick now. Hold on. Let me get some thinking music. Thinking, people. I'm thinking. All right. It feels like we got to go that way. Like, I just want to be like, you know what? You take Houston, they hit their team total. It's like, hey, man, you did your job. You know, you want the adulation. Altuve, yeah, yeah. But you know how this rolls sometimes, don't you? You sit back, it's the 5th inning, and you're like, hey, Donnie, tell me a little bit about that Houston lineup today. And it's crickets, and they ain't doing jack at the plate. They got 3 hits at 5 innings. You're telling yourself, you idiot, I can't even believe that you did this again. Or is it going to be one of those there? It's just like, you know what? What was that score? Houston got 3 in the 1st inning? Save me, people. Somebody out there in the chat box, save me. Save me. Like, again, we are all thought and built on making the right decisions and keeping emotion out of the equation. But sometimes it feels like there are extenuating circumstances. And it's Houston today. That's why I'm spending a majority of time on this game, because it's fascinating to me. There's not a lot of fascinating games on this, but this is one of those games. So I'm just going to go to Major League Baseball, and I'm going to bring up Houston, because I've lived with the pain of the Houston Astros for quite some time now. I really have. Let's go back. Okay. We'll go back to the Orioles. Yeah, you know what? Yes. Let's go back to when they started with the Orioles. And I don't have the date up here, but it looks like it's about maybe 15 games ago. They lost 7-0, then beat them the next day 5-4. And then look at this. Again, you guys all remember this as well. What's going on, Art? 7-0 loss to the Orioles, then beat them 5-4. Then lost 12-0 to the Orioles, 10-0 to the Tigers, 1-0 to the Tigers, 7-2 to the Tigers. Then they played the Orioles. They won 7-2. They won 10-7 and 9-8. Oh, look, the offense is back. It's splurging. It's surging. It's ready to go. Then they lost 3-2. Then they lost 6-1. Then they won 4-0, which I actually think I had that game over 3.5. Then they won 4-3. I'm like, okay, well, they're scoring 4 runs a game. At least they're keeping up. Then they won 2-0, which really pissed me off in that game. They scored in like the 7th and 8th, and they needed one more at bat for a all-team total to come in. Couldn't do it. Then they could be 4-1 and 3-0. I mean, come on. What? 3.5 minus 182. You tell me they can't get at least 3 runs today, though? Let's be honest. The Houston Astros can't get 3 runs today. Like I just told you, the barrel rate and the hard contact rate. They can't get 3 runs off Yusei Kikuchi. whose last 3 road starts, 4 earned, 6 earned. Seriously. I'm telling you, I don't have my big book with me. Hold on. Don't know where it went. Oh, I must have took it in the other room. But I'm telling you right now, like, I don't want to mess up my false flag book right now, but Houston's getting the long look, man. Houston's getting the long look. I'm sorry. They are. They just are. Let's back to some other games I do think are intriguing here. Ready for this one? Bucking trends in Chicago today. You know what you do when you see that line. Strider versus Ray. I can't really bet against Strider. He's been bad. Colin Ray, not a great pitcher. Total listed at 7.5. Slight favorite towards Chicago. Why is it 7.5? We all know that. Wind's blowing in. But it's not crazy blowing in. It's only 7 miles per hour. It's not 50 miles per hour. None of that. So if I'm focusing, Spencer Strider's last start was very good. 7 innings pitched, 1 earned run. Before that, 3 innings pitched, 7 earned. 4 innings pitched, 8 earned. 4 2/3, 5 earned. He's been a bad pitcher for the most part. Lineup leaves a lot to be desired. Got a nice base hit, by the way, yesterday. 3-run bomb by Happ in the 8th inning, which cashed in a ticket for me on the Pro Baseball Today show. Hit 2 out of 3 of my home runs yesterday for the final show. Love to see that. Bush, Tucker, Suzuki, Happ, Horner, Pete Armstrong, Carson Kelly, Dansby Swanson, Willie Castro, and Colin Ray. Hard hit rate's very good. Barrel rates are decent. Don't have a lot of power numbers, though, where it's paid off. But it does make sense. Strider's a bad pitcher. If I look at Strider's analytics, he's 14th on the card out of 16 pitchers today. He's got a 159 ERA minus, terrible. 152 FIP minus, terrible. 109 xFIP minus, which is slightly above average. You don't want to see that there. His ERA sucks at 6.75. These are the last 45 days. xFIP number bad, 4.53. Sierra number disastrous at 4.59. Now take a look at the other side. The Atlanta Braves, right? You look at their basic numbers. Got good power numbers, good ISO power numbers going up against right-handed pitching. Colin Ray's last start, shelled, 4 2/3, 6 earned. Before that, 5 2/3, 2 earned, 5 innings, 1 earned, 6 innings, 1 earned. Seven and a half should go over in this game. I'm telling you right now. What's up, Don Donio? What's good? Law's in here. As far as Houston goes, it's difficult sometimes. You have to trust the numbers. I'm telling you, you do. But if I look at this game in Chicago, and both pitchers, Strider's 14th on my card. Colin Ray is dead last at 16th. We've done this a couple times. Take 2 really bad pitchers in the same game and just take the over. What can we get it? Can we get it at 7? Let me see here. I just want to check. Let's go to FanDuel, just for simplicity here. If we go Chicago and Atlanta, scroll down. Oh, you know what? There are some other angles as well today, too, that I want to get into. Because Hard Rock is the only one that's doing first 5 innings team total overs, and you'd be slaying them. Like, we're getting bad beated on, like, bullpens that are bad, that aren't giving up a single run. Most of the time in the first 5 innings, we are crushing these numbers. So if I look at the Braves alt team, where's just the runs here? My goodness. That's what happens when you don't use FanDuel all that much for just totals. Strikeouts, correct score, innings, alternate run lines, alternate total runs. There we go. Yeah, 7.5 is 111. 6.5 is 188. 5.5 is minus 290, which means, that's not a bad one, though. 5.5 is not a bad one today, though, if you put that in a parlay. But if we are looking here on first 5 innings, did they have alts on FanDuel in this? Because I really don't play this market all that much. First 5 innings total runs is 4.5 plus 110. Doesn't look like they do. Let me go to, let me shop around. Anybody in the chat box, do you play first 5 innings alt totals? Not team totals, alt totals? So I really don't do that. But I figure it's almost like a double down scenario that I might be able to wiggle around here. Let me just go to the first game of the day, the Marlins and the Nationals. Innings props. First inning runs, no. 3 innings, 4.5 innings. What the hell's that about? Alternate five. Okay. Alternate 5 innings. Nope, that's just for the side. Alternate 5 innings total. There we go. All right. So it is here. Yeah, it looks like Modern says DraftKings allow me to do that sometimes. Bet365 does have it. First 5 innings total. 1.5 is minus 2,200. Obviously, that's ridiculous. 2.5 is 700, minus 700. 3.5 is 300. 4.5, which means 5 runs, is 155. And again, I'm just looking at an earlier game, though. Let's go to the Chicago game, though, because that's the one I'm just lining up just to see some of the eyeballs, if it's a 7.5 spot. Main props, inning props, and away we go. Let me slide it down. Alternate 5 innings total. Over a half is minus 5,000. That's pretty good. We have to win like every single game. I wonder if you did that, though. If you just went like a half, over a half of a run in every game, thought you play that out, that'd be crazy. Yeah, we're going to have a good day. I'm talking myself into some things. Over 3.5, which means 4 runs scored in the first 5 innings, is minus 160. So that's a doable price. I wonder if they let you parlay that to something else, though. Let me see. So if I go, and of course they make me sign in every time I try to do something and get a code. Okay, I'll get you the code. What do we got here? Code is why is this taking so much longer than I thought it would be? 8. Okay, verify. And I've always said this: books out there that keep logging us off, I'll punch you in the head. Just leave me logged in. If my kid somehow gets a hold of my account and bets all the money on the Philadelphia Phillies, so be it. Oh, we got another one in the chat box. We got another one. Bam! Kicked right out. All right, so if we get 2.5 there, and let's just say I want to go to another game, and we'll go Mets, Tigers. Innings props. And 5 innings. Alternate 5 innings total. And we want to go 2.5. Okay. All right, we got to track this. This has to be tracked. I'm going to start tracking this today. No doubt about it. All right. What I'm just messing around with is taking the alt total lines for the first 5 innings and parlaying them. You can do that on Bet365. Let me see if Caesars has that. Let me go to hits, total bases, RBIs, batters, run. Would it be runs? I guess it would be runs as opposed to innings. Runs, first team to score. First 5 inning team run. Wait a second. They do have it on C. See, this is good stuff, man. I like when I just stumble on the stuff. First 5 innings team runs. They have it on Caesars. Oh, boy, yeah. Okay. All right. Now let me just see if I can forget the runs. Let me just go back to innings. First 3 innings. What the hell's that about? First 5 innings. I don't see any alts on this, but now that we have runs, if you go into the runs market, the drop-down tab, first 5 innings, we're here, man. I wish you could go alt on that. I do. Like Houston's first 5 innings, here's the interesting part, right? If we don't know who's coming in the bullpen, that's always half the battle. And how many times you get, look, bad bullpens get blown away all the time, right? They just get blown away all the time. But every once in a while, you're watching a game like, okay, second and third, one out, and they just bring in some, lefty on lefty matchup with a sidewinder. It's like, how the hell is this guy going to get a base hit when you know what you're getting out of the starting pitcher? Oh, man, this is good now. Shoot. But honestly, if I asked you this question right now, Houston's first, and let me go to Hard Rock. Anybody use Hard Rock, by the way? I went for a nice little spin about 2 weeks ago with a lot of boosts they were giving me on like free bets. I got tons of $25 free bets and crushing these first 5 innings numbers. But I just want to see something here in a comparison on the lines that we have. Come on, man. I want the Hard Rock Casino. Hard Rock Sportsbook. Thank you. Does anybody use Hard Rock out there? I didn't. So I forget. Shout out to whoever's in the chat box telling me about Hard Rock the other day. Where you can find some of these team totals and stuff that we like. All right, so let me just log in here quickly. I just want to do a quick comparison. I'm going to go to the Angels, and I'm going to go to the Astros game, which, again, 3 runs in the first 5 would cash in those tickets. I want to see if I can get something better here. First 5 innings, and if we go first 5 innings total runs for the Astros, see, you can alt it. And the numbers are better at the Hard Rock. So if you went 1.5, it's expensive. It's minus 195. 2.5 is plus 100 at Caesars. 2.5 is plus 105 at Hard Rock. 3.5 is plus 185. Yeah, I have to, we have a whole month to go in Major League Baseball. But this is something I'm going to have to take a look at today. Because I don't think I'm going to trip myself up just yet. This seems to be like a day I have to digest this type of stuff. Yeah, Mixter, you guys shamed in Florida. Great state, terrible sports betting. But this is what I'm going to have to start tracking. Now that I know Caesars has this, and it's fantastic. But Hard Rock allows you to dumb it down, and you can also parlay separate games. If I took let's just say the Astros. Am I looking at the Astros? Yes. Minus 195 for 1.5, and just went with, let me just go back and look at another team real quick. Let me go to Major League Baseball. Where's another game? We were talking about that Cubs game, right? Let me just go down to the Cubs game. And we'll go first 5 innings. And let's just say the Braves. First 5 innings, Braves total runs. Over a half at 375. So if you parlayed that, right? Look at that. This is interesting, man. Law says, my book does not offer, but I love the thought process and digging for those nuggets. Yeah, you know what? This is, because hear me out on this. I might just do this myself. But if you're really looking for, you don't really get the bad beats all that much in the first 5 innings. Yes, you could have bases loaded, nobody out, and they don't get a run. I get it. But there's nothing worse than the bad beats of the 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th innings. Come on, man, you just aren't punching it through. But here's why I bring this up. If you went today and took the Houston Astros and you figured they were going to get their team total, let's call it, again, 4.5 plus 100. 3.5 was minus 180 or so. Let's call it this way. Wouldn't you think that the Astros would have to score 2 runs by the 5th inning because Kikuchi's not a good pitcher and that's who you're banking on? And then you said to the Chicago Cubs-Braves game, Colin Ray's not a great pitcher. He's just not. Yeah, Braves stink, man. Braves should have got beat by the Phillies last night. Colin Ray to give up 1 run at Wrigley against the Braves lineup today? And that's a minus 109. See that? Now I just got the mind working right now on Hard Rock. And maybe we can put this into the process. And maybe we will. And I don't have much time here because I got to make some decisions here coming up by I don't think I liked anything early. The 105 game, Alvarez and Bakar, by the way, it's a 9-foot. These 2 pitchers, never even heard of them. 110, New York and Detroit. I don't think I have any action there. Toronto with Bassett and Green, wasn't loving that. Messick and Bayo, wasn't loving that either. Then we start at that 2 o'clock range. My games today are going to come from 2 o'clock and on. There's a couple spots that I do think are interesting. But now just looking at Hard Rock where you can actually pair up. Doesn't that make sense today, though? Braves to score a run and the Astros to get 2 in the first 5 is a minus 109 price. I think it makes a ton of sense. I do. I really do. And by the way, let me just do a suit. Do we have any, where's the money going today? I'm going to hold off on the money report because now I'm really intrigued in this. What's everybody else out there doing today on their Labor Day, by the way? Again, me, you know me, I fast. My meal's already done. I already ate, so I'm good. I'll walk the dogs, maybe take a nap today, slept in, feel great. But it's time to get some winners. So if I'm looking at the bottom of the card today, there's not a lot of pitching options where we see on a day-to-day basis on a really full slate where it's these guys will crush it. There's a lot of pitchers out here with not a lot of innings, so I automatically scrape those off the card. Soto going to go off today against Charlie Morton, 8.5 total. Ray, Walker, Strider, Corbin, Morales. But they're not really bad pitchers analytically. Some of those ERAs are high. And yes, some of the Sierra ratings are a little bit crazy. Mixer's at the beach. Good for you, man. Relax out there. But I got some decisions to make today. Now, I just want to understand this. It is a football week. There's a Monday night game on tonight. Not the NFL. It's Bill Belichick, Chapel Bill. Last night, I really enjoyed the Miami Hurricanes knocking off the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Stayed up late to watch that. It was fantastic. But also understand this. Football shows are coming up, guys. Myself and Tom Vecchio Already have the graphics printed up. We're going to do a show for Monday Night Football. It's called 30 Minutes to Kickoff. We're going to do a show for Thursday Night Football. It's called 30 Minutes to Kickoff. And then we're going to do a Sunday afternoon show, 30 Minutes to Kickoff. So half-hour shows right before the big games, checking in and having some fun. So make sure you see the retweets out there, the subscription. I mean, obviously, no subscription. It's going to be free of charge. But just hit the subscribe button when we get it. If you're watching right now on YouTube, if you're watching right now on X, like, subscribe, comment, do all that good stuff. But myself and Tom Vecchio going to be digging in. TCU minus 3.5, Monitor says today. All right. Okay. But we're going to be doing all that and having a lot of fun, so make sure you keep your eyes peeled. But let me get down to the business today. We didn't go over every game on the card. Like, again, Tang Dollander, I don't know how we're handicapping that game today. You know, Sonny Gray's out there on the mound. Love him analytically, going up against the Athletics. Who knows? But I do have some action I do need to get played today. So check out rightwager.com. Thanks for spending some time with me on a Labor Day. We'll do this again tomorrow morning. Full Major League Baseball slate, NFL week, and away we go. Thanks, guys. Enjoy. Thanks for tuning in.